Hello everybody, I regret everything. Today we'll be talking about Super Danganronpa, but wait, no.
Doku.
So, when I was really young, my mom bought a couple episodes of random Disney-affiliated TV shows on iTunes, and I really liked them. Specifically, the ones from Jetix. Power Rangers was a big one for me. I was a big fan of superhero shows when I was younger, and the Super Sentai genre that Power Rangers popularized ended up being a source of my current love for anime. And yeah, Power Rangers was good, but the real best Super Sentai was...
While exploring the outskirts of the city, I discovered an abandoned super robot.
The Western parody of Japanese anime, complete with needlessly convoluted title. This is... Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go? Exclamation point? Monkey Team was created by, oh boy, not again. Ciro? Something like that. Mr. Nieli. Kiro Nieli was also the director behind Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012, and if IMDb is anything to go by, the original Teen Titans. And even though I've never seen either of those shows... Yes, I know I've committed a horrible sin by not watching Ninja Turtles or Teen Titans, whatever. But from what I've heard about both of those shows, Monkey Team shares a lot of similarities in tone and style. It serves as both a parody of similar shows and a legitimate entry in the genre. The story follows a normal high school boy named Cheerios, Chiro. A normal high schooler named Chiro. Now, whenever a high school protagonist of any anime-esque medium comes of age, they must find some ancient artifact and save the world or something. Chiro here is no exception. On the Earth-like planet of Shugazum, yes, that's its real name, there used to be this big old robot with a few smaller robots inside. The smaller robots were monkeys, don't ask. So Chiro finds this robot, awakens the monkeys, gets cool furry powers, blah blah blah, save the world, blah blah blah, Mark Hamill voices this Skeletor guy, blah blah blah, whatever. Monkey Team lasted 4 seasons, and it definitely should have gotten a 5th after that cliffhanger. Sadly, no one seems to be talking about the show 14 years after it first aired and 12 years after it finished. Nowadays, fandoms mostly spread through Tumblr. In America, everyone and their grandmother was watching the Super Hulock Triad because they or their friends had seen posts about it on Tumblr. But in 2004, social media was quite primitive, and fandoms were spread via word of mouth. This is why Invader Zim saw its fandom boom in 2007 after it cancelled for the second time, rather than in the earlier 2000s. In fact, I bet you that the Invader Zim fandom comes back bigger than ever with Enter the Florpus on its way. Anyway, back to Monkey Team. Since this show was only present on small corners of the internet, it didn't blow up in the way it would have had it aired in the past few years. And trust me, it would have blown up. As an anime parody with well-known voice actors and an overarching story, Monkey Team would have been primed to be the newest hit Disney cartoon since Star vs. the Forces of Evil. And with Mr. Nieli of Teen Titans at the helm, it would have thrived on a teenage and young adult fan base. But it aired in 2004, rather than 2018 or even 2008, on top of airing on Jetix, a Disney sister channel whose claims to fame were Phineas and Ferb reruns and... whatever this is. Monkey Team was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But what was this thing even about? Let's discuss Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go.
Doku.
So the animation. It appears to have a frame rate of negative 24 frames per second, and the lip syncing looks like all the characters forgot the lyrics to Greedy by Ariana Grande. Basically, it looks like an old anime from the 1980s. It's an animation style that works really well with the style of parody, and when things get serious, the actual quality of animation increases. Take this episode, The Sunriders. The fight scenes between the monkeys and the Sunriders look nice, and the heft of the super robot contrasts nicely to the dexterity and maneuverability of the sun robot thingy. And then, in the very same episode, we get this rapid aging sequence. Don't worry, Kiro. Studio Gainax is a wonderful inspiration. And of course the lip-syncing is awful. Much like most anime, the lip-syncing in Monkey Team is just the mouths of the characters opening and closing for the duration of the voice line. It's not a case of lazy animation, more of a case of imitation. Anime and Western cartoons have different standards for animation, and Monkey Team nicely blends the two styles with an emphasis on the anime-esque aspect. Now regarding the voice acting.
Stop! Thingy is not the threat after all. One of you has been sabotaging the robot.
Are you sure this is Tom Kenny? Doesn't sound like SpongeBob or Ice King, so, props to Tom Kenny? Although that's not to say certain other voice actors don't shamelessly reprise their iconic roles, seeing as how I have difficulty separating Ciro from Beast Boy. But of course, we can't forget Mark Hamill as the Skeleton King. Mark Hamill is an excellent actor, having portrayed roles such as Luke Skywalker, the Joker, and the protagonist of Wolf Chaser's Dinosaur Island. Okay, maybe Dinosaur Island was not Hamill's best work.
Help me!
But ultimately, one of my favorite aspects of Monkey Team would have to be the characters. Each character fills a certain stereotype, but their personalities often differ from their assigned role. For example, Nova is the only female character in the main cast. Side note, I wish there were more female characters in this series. There were basically only 3 that showed up on a regular basis. Anywho, Nova is the stereotypical tomboy type character, which is rather refreshing since she doesn't have a girly girl counterpart outside of one of the supporting characters, Jinmei. She's allowed to be her own character, and not just a foil to a hyper-feminine character. Now, you'd think a character like this would have some sort of soft spot for stuffed animals or a cute boy. But Nova's soft spots are never brought up to downplay her strength and toughness. If anything, they add to her character as, quote-unquote, the tough one. Take the episode Snowbound as an example. Nova is afraid of the cold, but her reaction to the snow is mostly anger rather than fear. As far as the bruiser-type characters go, her character fits the traditionally male archetype of always tough more than it fits the traditionally female archetype of sometimes tough. A lot of the other characters are layered similarly. Ciro is the leader of the team, and he tries desperately to be the hero archetype he sees in his favorite TV shows. As revealed by Night of Fear, his greatest fear is being a small, helpless child. According to the shonen anime he watches, he's supposed to be making decisions and fighting the enemies. It makes sense that being unable to carry through with those actions as leader would be his greatest fear. Even nowadays, we rarely see leaders in fiction struggling with a lack of capability. So this was a really interesting concept for Monkey Team to explore. For now, I won't go too deep into the story, as surprisingly enough, watching Monkey Team is a better experience when you don't have spoilers. But let me tell you, the Chiro saga is a tearjerker at best. My biggest gripe with the show is its occasional inconsistencies in characterization. As an example, Otto's intelligence tends to vary depending on the episode. Sometimes he's very capable, and other times he's, not. Although I'm happy to report that this is one of the only outright negative things I can say about the show, excluding the 80s-esque animation, and the cheesy one-liners. For episode suggestions, my personal favorites are Thingy and the aforementioned Night of Fear. And if you're trying to go vegetarian, watch Wonder Fun Meat World. Thank me later, or don't. Whatever. That's right, get thrown into the sun, you absolute meatwad. Anyway, I can't recommend Super Robot Monkey Team Hyperforce Go enough. Well, maybe I can. I really don't want to say that title so much. I mean, seriously, could you not have picked a title that wouldn't embarrass me every time I said it? I'm having a hard time writing this script as it is, and I have to explain why this monkey show is actually worth your time? Nope, I'm done. This show is good, it's just got a garbage title. Don't forget to dislike and unsubscribe, and check the description for links to the clips used in the video. That's also where I say who owns which show. So Viacom, don't get on my butt for Invader Zim clips. I don't own him. You do. Please, just let me keep this video up. In addition, I would like to give my... Oh my god! In addition, I would like to give my sincerest apologies for all 12 of my viewers because my audio quality today for this video is gonna be absolute hot garbage. I am currently unable to record anywhere quiet, and I must record within a room full of dozens of other teenagers. It's really not ideal for recording. And also, I was sort of rushed to make the sprites, so I'm apologizing for the fact that they all have very limited expressions. Anyway, this is Dokujhious, and I'm out or something. Don't forget to dislike and unsubscribe.
Doku.